Hello, hello, and welcome to a new stream of old news. Uh, I unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I fortunately have a day job, which is a nice thing. But unfortunately, that also means sometimes I can't catch these live streams as they happen. So tonight, we are going to do a little recap of the live stream from Nvidia, their GeForce Beyond, a special broadcast at GTC. So here's where we figure out how long we have to wait until we get $500 3090s. Or at least I find out. Everybody else probably already knows, but here's me finding out a little bit later than most. But before that, I'm going to go through the whole YouTube spiel, which is like, share, and subscribe. Please do like the video. It's awesome if you do. It helps a lot. Subscribe. I'm still trying to get 100 subs. Not quite there yet. But maybe one day. Maybe one day. So if you do like what you see, and my voice doesn't annoy the crap out of you, maybe think about subscribing. It might be a good thing for you. So do that. It does my Lith. Does my voice annoy you, Lith, because it doesn't have a French accent? Be honest. Be honest. It's all right if it does. I don't feel. Yes, I know. But if I had if I'd started putting on a French accent, you'd be probably even more offended. You'd be like, this guy is an idiot. Well, not like you're not already there. But let's start it up. The good news is that we are not doing it live. So, ooh, look at you.
Computing is advancing at incredible speeds. The engine propelling this rocket
so big compared to
is
his body?
accelerated computing, and its fuel is
I'm
AI.
not planning on watching the whole thing. I'm
Today,
be moving.
We will show you new advances in NVIDIA RTX.
Okay, we'll look at
NVIDIA
that.
AI.
Probably not look
and
at that.
NVIDIA Omniverse.
Probably not look at
how
that.
these platforms propel new breakthroughs in
We've
AI.
been talking about a lot of
new
that. We're
applications
be more interested
of AI.
in this baby right here.
And the next wave of AI for science and industry.
Oh, okay.
We will announce new chips that power these new applications. And for the first
including
time,
barbecue,
cloud services to extend the reach
chips.
of NVIDIA platforms.
Oh, you haven't seen this yet too, ASMR? All right,
I want
nice.
to thank all the sponsors, partners, researchers, developers, and customers who join us.
I want to thank all the partners, not EVGA, and the suppliers of my leather jackets
to make this event amazing. Welcome to GTC. I want to show you something amazing.
Like a baseball
Racer
rolling.
X is a fully interactive simulation built with NVIDIA Omniverse. Racer X is physically simulated. The lighting, reflections, and refractions are ray traced. Nothing is
a simulation of the home you'll never be able to own.
The parts and joints of the cars are individually modeled. Their physical properties affect driving dynamics. Things in the environment are not static props, but rigid body, cloth, and fluid simulations. Smoke, fire, and dust are volumetric simulations.
Lovely. Okay, what's wrong with my interwebs here? 1 second. I think there's something that I can think of that is causing issues with my interwebs. I will be back in a moment. And by in a moment, I mean I will continue to be doing stuff. But we shall see. Let me see here. Fix this thing here. I need to cancel a download on another computer. Let's see here. Pause that. And now we can watch it. I need a 4090 for better internet. You're right. I really do. You gotta pre-order those 4090s because everybody knows that the more you buy, the more you save. So that's what I'm looking for really in this. Okay. Experiencing interruptions? Why? Because Your internet is broken, you dingus. Because you tried to skip the Omniverse. Alright, they're going to try refreshing this video here. There he is. Okay, here we go. Cool music. Boring. Oh my goodness. Wait, Tokyo Drift. Okay. Santa Claus. Randomly there. Okay. This reminds me of the thing. Oh, what was it called? Okay, that scene there was actually kind of cool. Like that there, that's pretty good. Some of this stuff is pretty. Park Wang. Jensen's asking for her. Oh, is this music a little loud? The shifts in lighting is
Let me tell
neat.
you how we did it. We introduced the programmable shading GPU nearly a quarter of a century ago. Palette EX, a new GPU architecture that extended parallel rate real to deep, and a flood of new algorithms have appeared. A new era of RTX neural rendering has started. Today, we're announcing
But really,
Ada
am I the only one who
Lovelace,
sees that his
our third
head looks a little bit bigger
RTX.
than it should be on his body?
One Ada GPU powers Racer X. This generation is named after mathematician Ada Lovelace, who is often regarded as the world's first computer programmer. Nvidia engineers worked closely with TSMC to create the 4N process, optimized for GPUs.
Ooh.
This process lets us integrate 76 billion transistors and over 18,000 CUDA cores, 70% more than the Ampere generation.
They asked, "Coulda you make any more?" And we said, "Yes, we coulda."
RTX processors.
And we did.
First, a new streaming multiprocessor with 90 teraflops, over 2 times the previous generation.
That's a lot of flops.
Ada's SM includes a major new technology called shader execution reordering, which reschedules work on the fly, giving a 2 to 3 times speed up for ray tracing. SCR is as big an innovation as out-of-order execution was for CPUs. Second, a new RT core with twice the ray triangle intersection throughput, and 2 important new hardware units. A new opacity micromap engine speeds up ray tracing of alpha test geometry by a factor of 2 times. And a new micromesh engine, which increases geometric richness without the BVH build and storage cost. And third, a new Tensor Core with the Hopper FP8 transformer engine and 1.4 petaflops of tensor processing.
Wow.
Raw ray tracing horsepower is not enough to ensure high frame rates. Ray tracing is notoriously hard to parallelize because rays bounce in every direction and intersect surfaces of various types. GPUs are highly parallel and most efficient when processing similar work at the same time. Ray tracing workloads lead to different threads processing different shaders or accessing memory that is hard to coalesce or cache. Shader execution reordering, SER, improves execution efficiency by rescheduling shading workloads on the fly to better utilize the GPU resources. We're seeing
kind of a cool
up to 2 to 3 times increase in ray tracing and 25% in overall game performance.
So basically, SER
like
makes
accelerated
it a more
computing,
process.
Computer graphics is a full stack challenge.
Interesting.
Breakthroughs require innovation in architecture and design, as well as algorithms. For example, NVIDIA's RTX GI uses ray tracing to do real-time multi-bounce indirect lighting. RTX DI uses ray tracing to do direct illumination from millions of lights, casting shadows from all lights. RTX DI is used for emissive surfaces, such as billboards, TV screens, neon tubes. Nvidia real-time denoisers is a spatial temporal denoising technique that takes an incomplete ray-traced image and infers the ground truth, reducing the number of rays needed. And DLSS, Deep Learning Super Resolution, is one of our greatest achievements. Ray tracing requires insane amounts of computation. Each frame of a CGI movie takes hours to render. We want to do this in real time. NVIDIA RTX opened the world to real-time ray tracing. RT cores do BVH traversal and ray triangle intersection testing, which saves the SMs from spending thousands of instructions on each ray. But even with RT cores, frame rates were too low for games. We needed
suckers who bought those
another
2080
breakthrough.
Ti's.
Enter deep learning.
And those suckers who bought 3090s.
DLSS uses a convolutional autoencoder AI model and takes the low-resolution current frame and the high-resolution previous frame to predict on a pixel-by-pixel basis a high-resolution current frame. The AI model is trained to predict an ultra-high-resolution 16K reference image. The difference between the predicted and reference image is used to train the neural network. The process is repeated tens of thousands of times until the network can predict a high-quality image.
DLSS 2 was a really big step
Ada
up from
introduces DLSS 3,
now 3.
a new AI that generates entirely new frames rather than just pixels. DLSS 3 has 4 components: a new optical flow accelerator, game engine motion vectors, a convolutional autoencoder AI frame generator, and our reflex super low latency pipeline. DLSS 3 processes the new frame and the prior frame to discover how the scene is changing. The optical flow accelerator provides the neural network with the direction and velocity of pixels from frame to frame. Pairs of frames from the game, along with the geometry and pixel motion vectors, are then fed into a neural network that generates the intermediate frames. DLSS 3 generates entirely new frames without
like
processing the graphics pipeline,
sounds like it's
boosting
even
game
more
performance by
complicated.
up to 4 times over brute force rendering. Because DLSS 3 generates a new frame without involving the game, it benefits both GPU and CPU limited games.
Interesting.
For CPU limited games, like physics heavy or large world games, DLSS 3 allows the Ada GPU to render the game at a much higher frame rate than the CPU is able to compute the game.
Interesting.
DLSS 3 is one of our greatest neural rendering inventions.
So you
Here
can
is
finish the
Cyberpunk
game
2077,
before you actually start it.
shown in all new max ray tracing mode with SCR and DLSS 3.
So DLSS off.
Pushing the state-of-the-art graphics into the future takes an incredible amount of
Interesting.
computational horsepower. In a modern game like Cyberpunk, we run over 600 ray tracing calculations for every pixel just to determine the lighting. That's a 16 times
Battlefield
increase
5 ray
from the
tracing.
time we
What a
first
wreck that
introduced
was.
real-time ray tracing 4 years ago.
Oh.
Yet the number of transistors we have available in a GPU to do these calculations have not increased at that rate. That's the power of RTX. We can deliver a 16 times increase in 4 years with artificial intelligence. Some pixels are calculated, most are predicted. Let's enjoy Microsoft Flight Simulator, a game that is CPU limited because of the realistic physics and the giant worlds. It is one of the longest running franchises. This is Flight Sim's 40th anniversary. With Ada and DLSS 3, Flight Simulator is silky smooth.
So silky. Except for when you hit turbulence. Then it's not so smooth. I can't tell the difference. Cue triggering. It is a beautiful game. I will say that. Yeah, exactly. I would love to see RTX on and just DLSS 2, and that's something I kind of want to see with different.
I'm thrilled to announce
different
Portal
games as
RTX. Nvidia Lightspeed Studios used Omniverse to remaster one of the most celebrated games in history. Portal was developed by Valve and released in 2007. It was GDC's Game of the Year and exhibited at the Smithsonian.
I've never really been
Portal
into Portal.
RTX is both nostalgic and futuristic at the same time. Let's take a look.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here.
I don't know. It just never really was my thing.
We must because we can.
I do like there's a music video. I think it's fan made.
Welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. Cake and grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the
is
test.
A lie.
The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible. What are you doing? Stop it.
I don't know. My younger brother loved Portal.
Portal with RTX is a mod. We did it with Omniverse. Modding is a massive culture.
Ooh.
Everyone is a creator. There are
Skyrim.
millions of modders, and billions of mods are downloaded each year. In fact, 9 of the 10 most popular competitive
Skyrim
games
RTX
owe
mod
their
coming
existence
out?
to mods.
Ooh, that
We
would be
created an
exciting for me.
Omniverse application called RTX Remix for game modding. Start the game and capture the game into USD, which is loaded into Omniverse. Here, we're using Elder Scrolls Morrowind from Bethesda, one of the top modded games of all time. Once in RTX Remix, the AI-assisted toolset has
This
deep
is
learning
smart.
models to up-res textures and assets, and an AI model to convert materials to have physically accurate properties. The rich Omniverse ecosystem of creative tools can then be used to enhance the game assets. When done, export the RTX mod pack and play the game with the RTX renderer.
Oh, I would actually pay money for an RTX mod pack for this. Shh, don't tell Jensen I said that. Dang it. Yeah, that is very
RTX
smart.
Remix is incredible tech and the most advanced game modding tool ever created. Portal RTX and RTX Remix will be available shortly after ADA launch.
I'm actually really
RTX
excited
neural
for that.
rendering algorithms run on programmable shaders, RT cores, and tensor cores to create amazing images. The total processing throughput of ADA is a massive leap over the Ampere generation, and the performance shows. For rasterized games, the Ampere...
We're going to go back here. All right, we got 130 tensor, 320 tensor, 1400 tensor, tops, 300 UFAs, ray tracing, 40 shader. All right. It's just really weird because you look at this and you think performance, but it doesn't actually mean performance. It's just what it's equipped with.
Generation, and the performance shows. For rasterized games, ADA is up to 2 times faster, and it's 4 times faster for ray traced games.
Ooh,
ADA is incredibly...
Wait, let's go back here.
For rasterized games, ADA is up to 2 times faster, and it's 4 massive
2 times
leap
faster than what?
over the Ampere generation, and the performance shows. For rasterized games, ADA is up to 2 times faster, and it's 4 times faster for ray traced games. ADA is incredibly...
So it's up to 2 times faster in rasterization and up to 4 times faster in ray tracing. That's pretty impressive. But
energy efficient. Over twice the performance at the same power compared to Ampere. And you can really push ADA. We've overclocked ADA.
Now, let's look at this graph here quickly. Does this graph here mean that at 150 watts, you're going to have significantly more performance than Ampere at 350 watts? Is that true? I don't know. Let's see. Is that going to be true? I don't think Ada is going to be I don't think Ada is going to be significant. That's like almost double the performance of Ampere at 150 watts. So Ampere at 350 watts, Ada is more performative at 150 watts. I don't think so. I don't believe that.
Ada passed 3 gigahertz in our labs.
Oh, he's
RTX
talking about
reinvented graphics. Now Ada is paving the way for future games to be fully simulated worlds like Racer X. Today we're announcing our highly anticipated Nvidia Ada Lovelace GPU, the GeForce RTX 4090.
All right.
Nvidia engineers pushed.
Okay. 24 gigs, G4X, or G6X, 1600 USD. Is that like 39-ish, 3090 Ti-ish launch price? No, 3090 Ti was like $1999. That's about 3090 launch price, isn't it? Let me see. What does the exchange rate say? I gotta change it from freedom dollars to Canadian dollars. $1,600. Let's see. 1,600. Yeah, 2138. Yeah, that's roughly the launch price. No, 2,138. If you look at it.
Technologies on
here.
every front. New SM with shader execution.
Ah, wait. October 12th. All right. I am sorry. I was saying it was going to be available October 11th, which is apparently International Ada Lovelace Day. Kind of disappointed they decided to do it on October 12th. A little disappointing, Nvidia.
Reordering. New RT core with opacity micromap and micro mesh engines. New Tensor core with FP8 transformer engine. And a pixel processing 300 TOPS optical flow accelerator for DLSS 3. Overall, 4 times more processing throughput. Compared to the world's reigning GPU champion, the 3090 Ti, 4090 is 2 times faster on Microsoft Flight Simulator, 3 times faster on Portal RTX.
Now, he's talking about with RTX on, though, yeah? I said October 2, man. But you were right, October. Like, wait, if you take Ampere and an Ada with the same speed, but one with SIR and one without SIR, SIR boosts 30% of the speed. Okay. Ada Lovelace Day. What do you mean by Ada Lovelace Day? Capcom released Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, an MCU-related game focused on the Infinity Stones, way ahead of Infinity War's launch, and then they needed more like to troubleshoot.
And 4 times faster on Racer X. The GeForce RTX 4090, the new heavyweight champ.
And by heavyweight, he's talking about the weight of the cooler, most likely, judging by that triple slot.
$1,599. Available October 12th. The GeForce RTX 4080 comes in 16 gigabyte and 12 gigabyte versions.
Oh, they did it. That is a disappointment right there. A 12 gigabyte and a 16 gigabyte. That 12 gigabyte 4080 better be cheap.
Is 3 times the performance of 3080 Ti on Racer X.
Yes, Racer X, the game I want to play more than any.
Starts at $899.
Oh.
The best gaming platform in the
$899. Yeah, the 4080. You know what he wanted, really, with that 4080 at $899 is he wanted to have that guy in the background going, I can afford that. But unfortunately, in the current economic climate, nobody can afford that.
world just got better. Our 30 series, starting at $329, are the best GPUs in the world serving mainstream gamers. RTX 4090 and RTX 4080 GPUs, starting at $899, delivered the ultimate performance to enthusiasts.
So they're going to do that refresh. Yeah, the 4090 is a 3.5 slot card. That is a beast. So they're going to have them coexisting together. And they're going to have the little refreshes. Yeah, I think that makes sense. We were seeing rumors about refreshes with the 3060 Ti, I think even the 3060 Ti with GDDR6. Yeah, 4 to 5 slot card. I would love to see a 5 slot card for a 4090. I think at a 5, by the time they're going to go to a 5 slot, they must be thinking, you know what? We probably should just like put a water block on it instead of a 5 slot card. 5 slot just sounds pointless. But so wait, they're going to sort of discontinue 3080 Ti and up, and then have 4080 and 4090s. That seems kind of dumb.
The Ada Lovelace generation advances all 3 RTX processors, the engines of neural rendering.
It is a cool
Ada
step up.
Is a quantum leap for gamers and paves the way for creators of fully simulated worlds like Omniverse.
Now we're going to talk for 4 hours about Omniverse. Look, we set fire to this model. We pulled a sheet off of a car. It's all possible in Omniverse, where the more you buy, the more you save. It really is a dumb name. I hate the name Omniverse. Also, Metaverse. Anything verse, I agree. I think it's really dumb. Look at all these tops. The fire. Oh, look. It's something that has more tops than the current Ada Lovelace cards. Is this simulation? More tops. Sorry, I had to make that joke. Ray tracing, fire tracing, car tracing, rabbit tracing, elephant tracing. I am very interested to see how this works for like game development, and I thought that RTX application we talked about. Yes, we have the okay. This is there we go. There was that. There's the leather jacket. There it is. That's the real reason. Okay, so now we skip to 1 hour and 17 minutes where so he spends a lot of time talking about stuff. Let's see. Oh, yeah, modeling, physics. No physical product operated by software can be deployed in large numbers. Really? I don't know. That's a pretty bold claim right there. Wait a second. Okay, we're gonna go to 1 hour. So is that everything he talked about with like the new GPUs? Didn't talk about power requirements or anything like that? And then what? He skips into Omniverse stuff? Oh wait. Oh, I thought that was a picture of the thing, but it's just their self-driving stuff. And we go to what? An hour and 17 minutes? In 10 seconds?
AI of our time, accessible to everyone. The more you buy,
yeah. Yes, the more you buy, the more you save. Oh, man. Oh, that was good.
The more you save. Accessible
Let's go back
to
and
everyone.
see that again.
The more you buy, the more you save. Hopper H100 is...
You know what? It just wouldn't be an NVIDIA one.
The more you save.
Without that.
Hopper H100 is the new engine of the AI factory. save.
Wait.
Accessible to everyone.
One
The
more
more
time.
you buy, the
The
more,
more
you
you
save.
save.
Hopper H100
He
is
just
the
loves saying
new
that.
engine of the AI
So
factory.
I'm just doing this for
The more
you.
you save. Time. Accessible to everyone. The more you buy, the more you save. Hopper H100 is
But really,
new,
the big thing
the
is,
more you buy, the more you save.
right? And I think
Hopper
if we can all
H100,
agree on one thing,
The
it's
more you buy, the more you save.
Jensen,
Hopper
when he got like
H100 is
5 jackets,
The more you buy, the more you save. Hopper
Jensen,
H100
every time
is
he
the
goes to
new engine
Costco.
of buy, the more you save. Hopper H100,
Jensen,
more
every
you
time
buy,
on
the
AliExpress.
more you save.
Why he goes
Accessible
to
everyone.
Alibaba?
The more you buy, the more you save. Hopper H100 is
Oh, I
the
love
new
it.
engine of the AI factory.
Oh, okay.
H100 is available now on Nvidia Launchpad. DGX H100 systems
Oh, okay, we got some
with
good links.
Nvidia base
Ah,
command
thank you,
orchestration
Lith.
can be ordered now. OEM partners will ship H100 systems
Okay, so there's
and
H100
twice
stuff.
the energy efficiency of server CPUs. 70 in Omniverse and Cloud Run.
Is priced at $2.
I just learned about the lemon-sized nebula today.
That's cool. Please ask
I'm
me about
sorry.
items.
1 second.
Hi, I am Violet.
Okay, forgive me, but this little clip here, it just I misheard what this little girl said. At first I thought she said, "I learned about Lemon Party today."
How can I help you?
This is Violet. She is a fully rigged avatar with some basic animation. To make her interactive, we use Nvidia's Unified Compute Framework, or UCF Studio, to build a graph of microservices that we can deploy in the cloud. For Violet to be able to hear and talk to us, we include the Riva ASR and each mic to avoid order.
Found these 4 options for
Market salad, please.
Okay, I have added 1 regular market salad to your cart. What else would you like?
There you go.
Do you have any orange juice?
I could not find orange
We
juices,
don't
but I
serve
found a
orange
similar
juice,
item.
lady. We're a
1
coffee
small
shop.
lemonade is priced at $2.
I just learned about the lemon-sized nebula today.
That's cool.
Please ask me about items in the menu.
Can I have 1 small French fries, please?
Now, let's make Violet smarter. The Tokyo Application
Let's
Framework
make her
comes
snarky.
New cloud services.
Cloud
the Ada
stuff.
Love Electrical Instruments, industrial automation, and
It's not rocket surgery.
new Omniverse containers. Replicator for. To make this possible, we've
I heard that there's a
I am a
what am I
healer,
skipping for?
making treatments as unique as every patient
Wait, what do I need to wait for? Lith, what do I need to wait for?
and giving new life the chance to thrive.
Unreal Engine 5, yeah.
I am a guardian, looking out for dangers around us.
Because motorcycles are dangerous. Training wheels for your motorcycle. Thanks to
And in the
Nvidia.
depths below, more sustainable.
Yep. Say goodbye to your serving job.
I am a creator
Oh, say goodbye to your
Building
creator
virtual-
jobs.
and make our connections stronger. I am even an avatar, and you can ask me
So much
any
for
question.
VTubers.
Who made this song?
Ava used artificial intelligence to write this song, and it was recorded by the London Symphony Orchestra.
You must bow to us, because we are Ada.
I am AI, brought to life by Nvidia, everywhere. Deep
Wait,
learning.
1 hour and 27 minutes-ish? There's the teaser. Or go back to that. We're going back. 127-ish.
Deploy in the cloud.
Hi, I am Violet. How can I help you?
This is Violet. She is a fully rigged avatar with some basic animation. To make her interactive, we use Nvidia's Unified Compute Framework, or UCF Studio, to build a graph of microservices that we can deploy in the cloud. For Violet to be able to hear and talk to us, we include
Okay, 129.
Studio capabilities. as
They
the
babe
previous
her
Violet.
out.
Hi, I'm ultraviolet.
As all
Oh, they take her and then
we
they...
then relaunch, and now we meet Ultraviolet. And she has all the same intelligent capabilities as the previous Violet.
Hi, I'm Ultraviolet. I'm a digital
But
avatar.
her
I've been
intelligence
brought to
wasn't
life by
enough for
Avatar
us,
Cloud
so we
Engine,
had to make
or
her
ACE
beautiful.
for short. Omniverse ACE powers my
Classic.
speech, animation, and
Classic,
intelligence.
guys.
I
Classic.
can even answer challenging questions using the power of a large language model. Ask me anything.
We're really excited about Omniverse Avatar Cloud Engine, and we can't wait to see what you create.
I heard there was like an
We have a
after
rich-
credit scene
To help
at the end of the
robots
3090
learn
Ti.
faster. Stronger. AM
Who made this song?
brought to life by Nvidia. Deep learning. And brilliant minds. Everywhere.
I am a TI. What? Okay. So there's this part now.
All right, so we finally got all the juicy,
No,
sick
wrong
deets on the
Jay,
40.
get out of here. Told me to buy GPUs before it was time. It's all your fault, Jay. It's all your fault. Beyond fast. Notify me. I think I won't. Performance. Performance. Relative performance to 3090 Ti. Yeah, you're looking at 2x. New RT overdrive. Create specs. Full specs. Lots of CUDA cores. Ooh, that is a high boost clock. Very nice clocks on this. It's like a solid, like, 25% increase in boost clocks. DLS3, yes, 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 all these things. AV1 encode decode, yes. Length 305. See, it says it's only 3 slot, 61 millimeters. Slightly more than 3 slot. Maximum GPU temperature. Graphics card power 450 watts. Minimum is based on a PC configured with Ryzen 5900X. Interesting. Very interesting. Max 650 watts. Where's the max 650 watts? Is it in here? Is it up here? Where do you see the max 650 watts? They OC'd it to 3 gigahertz. Yes. Recommended 850 watt PSU. Okay. You know what's kind of interesting is that Nvidia chose to use a Ryzen-based system for their minimum power supply requirements, and not like what's the not Raptor Lake one? 12th gen Intel CPU. They didn't use that for their minimum power requirements. Oh no, Userbench knows what they're talking about. Intel is always better. Userbench says it, it's true. So that's the 4090. Let's see, they got a little gallery here. Let's see what we can see about this. This is kind of pretty. They don't show really the power. Oh, there's the power connector. Okay. It looked kind of like, yeah, they've got like a little flare on the cooler itself. That's kind of neat. That's pretty neat. That little flare there so they're probably going to have much larger fans because this fan sort of cuts into this and it's also flared out. So that'll be kind of neat. Yeah. Yeah, the supplementary power connectors. again, like you saw that one article, right, where they're talking about these PCI adapters. There's no load balancing on them, so there could be an issue with that. So it's a bit of a wild card. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some testing done on that. But I would love to see just a traditional non-ray tracing comparison between them, as well as because I think that would be very interesting, just seeing non-DLSS, just straight up ray tracing comparison. I'd love to see that in reviews. Currently, I'm not really feeling any buyer's remorse for my 3090, to be honest. Like, yeah, the performance is great, but I'm hitting all the performance I need. Yeah, and then let's see, 4080 series. Where are you? There you are. Let's go here to the 4080 series here. See, this is kind of dumb to me. Again, it's like a 12 gigabyte 4080. Now, I do have suspicions why they did that. So, my suspicion with the 4080 is my suspicion with the 4080 12 gig is that they're not going to have a 4070 listed for the same price or more than the 3080, because it looks like they're planning on selling those 3060, 3070, 3080 at the same time as the 4080, as the 4080s and the 4090. So I'm guessing it would be looking kind of bad stack wise when there's a 4070 that beats a 3080, and nobody's going to want that, even though you would expect a 4070 to beat a 3080. But yeah, this 12 gigabyte does not make sense, like, to me at all. You know what though? I wouldn't expect your 40 or your 4060 to be much more than your 3060 Ti. So I would expect 550 for a 3060 Founders Edition. And if it's higher than that, then I think there's some serious issues. But it's kind of weird because that performance graph that they showed was also kind of bizarre. And here we have another performance graph here. We've got your 4080, 12 gig, and 16 gig. And again, I would be very interested to see some other games, right? Because they've obviously cherry-picked 3 games. You've got highest game settings at 4K, DLSS mode. So these are all using, I'm assuming these are using DLSS 3.0 or not. I'm not 100% sure. So some of this performance gain is probably from DLSS 3.0 and not from actual just straight up RT core increases. The performance multiplier. This has overdrive mode, which is some other thing. What's overdrive mode? Did they even talk about overdrive mode? Ooh, let's see. Nvidia Broadcast. Any other? No, that's just their other tools. This already exists. I'm like, ooh, Nvidia Broadcast. Are they adding more things to that? No? Okay. View these full specs. All right, we've got a significant drop in. That's a pretty big drop in CUDA cores. You do have a little bit of a boost in your clock speeds. A 192-bit memory interface? Wee. That's kind of lame. Everything here is identical. No NVLink. Oh, I gotta check that 4090. Is that 4090 have NVLink? Not that I do it or would be interested in it, but I am curious. Wait a second. These are like the same dimension. 304, 155. Let me see here. Go here. 3090. Specs. Are these the same dimension? 304, 137, 61. 304, 137. Yeah, 304, 137, 61. They're the exact same size cooler. That doesn't sound right. And yeah, it looks like there's no NVLink anymore. That might be a 4090 Ti for absolutely ludicrous amounts of power. Yeah. Yeah, no, the boost in clock speed does make sense because it is cut down, but that is weird. Boost clock 252. Actually, it's interesting. Your 4090 has a higher boost clock than your 4080, which is kind of cool. Yeah, 4080 Pro Max. Yeah, Nvidia's going the Apple route. So, yeah. This is kind of interesting. Graphics card power, wattage, 320, 245 watts. Okay, or 285. 285, that's... Yeah, that's like 3070 Ti range, wattage-wise, I think. 320, that's like the 3080 was 320. So, it'd be so funny to look here, like one of them, it's like G-Sync, not compatible on the 12 gig. That would be absolutely hilarious. But it's not. They're all compatible. And there's no real differences in any of these features. It would be funny if they decided to like fragment it further and say, you know, like you couldn't get DLSS 3 on the 4070 or 4080, 12 gig. Sorry, I'm already calling it the 4070. It's just natural for me. That is interesting though. All right. I have to say this lower power, this 12 gig 4080, I don't know. Is there like, because I know they were saying that there's like a bigger, I think there's a bigger cache. I don't know if it's on here and official in these specs, but they were saying that there's a bigger, in the rumors, that there's a bigger cache on the chip. So I don't know if that's true, but that bus width is really lame. And this is why I was like looking at it and I was like, you know what? You're probably not going to have... Oh my gosh. Ooh. I just watched your video that you put Lith in the Discord. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this really does hurt. I'm gonna put it on the stream too. Why not? Why not? Is this in reference to the weight of these new the new Strix? We'll replay it so people can see it. Oh my gosh. Was he like demonstrating how strong their PCIe slot was or something? Like what the heck? That's craziness. Yeah. If you get a bigger cache, I like that. I like that cache joke spinner. Who's gonna manage your cables with a bigger cache? The funny thing is that new Strix. Oh yeah, that new Strix card is massive. Yeah, if you use that Strix card, you could basically suspend your whole build off of that card, and just have that card as your case. But yeah, no, I'm not digging this. Not digging this 3080. I don't know who in their marketing department thought this would fly, but that is a pretty big cut down version there. Let me see. We're gonna go to here and we're gonna check out those 30 series quickly. 30. Let's see 30. Oh, can we compare? Is there a comparison here? It's like, you're looking at old graphics cards. Do you want to see our new ones before you look at these old ones? So you have your 3070 Ti, just significantly better than your... No, they don't even have it with your 3070. But let's see. Okay, 3070 Ti and 6144. 6144 versus 6144 versus your 3080. 6144 versus this is roughly 2600 less CUDA cores. This is roughly 2100 less CUDA cores. That is awfully close to a 4080 to 4070 Ti step down, if you ask me. Sorry, Nvidia. I think that should at least be a 4070 Ti. But yeah, I think what other people were sort of saying with this, I saw a little bit of the spoilers as well, and people were saying like they're doing it purely so they can say, look, we've got our 3080 or 4080 starting at 900. And it's like the one that's actually the 4080 is the $1,200 one. And you got $899 and $1,200. Let's see what that 12 gig 3080 is. Or do they even have it? Let's see, 3080. Did they have their buying options here? Shop all. Access denied. Oof. Does anybody remember? I know you can't compare CUDA to CUDA because it is 4mm, or 4 nanometer, but my thought process wasn't necessarily comparing, the difference in CUDA cores between the two. It was more the difference between a 3080 and a 3070 Ti CUDA count, and then a 4080 and this mini 4080 CUDA count. And you're, around 2,500 less with 4080 or 3080 to 3070 Ti. And here you're roughly 2,100 less from the 16 to 12 gig. If you look at let's look at the most powerful or power hungry cards for the ROG Strix. Yeah, why not two of our premium power supplies, huh, Lith? Why not two of them to get the most out of it? $300 for 4 gigabytes more VRAM. No, it's actually not that though, right? If you look, you are getting it's not just the more VRAM. You are getting a significantly larger amount of CUDA cores. I'm just kind of curious, like TI, yeah, roughly you're closer to 3080. Really what this should have been is maybe 4080 Ti and 4080. Because look, the difference between the 12 gig 3080 and the 3080 was like 260 CUDA cores. I don't know. This to this doesn't feel right. This should be like either a TI step. So like this should be like 4080 Ti and 4080. But then again, yeah, a faster bus for RAM. You're going 256 bit, so you got the same bit width as a 970 versus the same bit width of a 1060. I'm kind of curious though what is going to happen with this, because this, I don't know, this kind of really opens up it's like, you could say, at some point, I guarantee you Intel is going to have another, probably their Arc 8 series, and they're say, we're going to have 4080 level performance. But they're not going to tell you that the 4080 level performance is going to be this one. No, I know how this works. I just think it's really lame that it's just 12 gigs of VRAM and a really narrow memory bus. So I think it would be much, much better if they would have at least had more of a delineation between the two than calling them both 4080s. I think that's just kind of poor form on their part. But I am curious again to see the performance differences between them. They've got up here their little graph of 3 cherry-picked games with DLSS probably, where you're almost 2% or 2%, almost 2 times the performance on both of them. And look at this one. This one's so powerful, it's actually off the charts. So yeah, no, people complained when they released a small 3080 and then the big 3080. But you know what? I think people would be complaining even more releasing them both at the same time. That the performance of the 4080 16 gig is off the charts. It is pretty funny. Yeah, no, literally, right here, it's off the charts. Let me check quickly if the 4090 actually makes it off the charts. Right? Oh, 4090 is off the charts too. That's how strong it is with RT Overdrive. RT Overdrive, it's so extreme, it takes it off the charts. So cool. So it'll be interesting. I'm actually curious. This DLS3 is pretty cool. I did skip RT Overdrive. I did. You are right. I did skip over it. But you know what? Oh, look. Now you've got 8K HDR gaming. Can it really do 8K gaming? I don't know. They talked about that with the... Let's see if the 3090 has 8K gaming in its marketing literature still. That's a curious one for me. Oh, they do talk about 8K HDR gaming. Something you can't do with your 3090. Sorry, guys and gals. But yeah, I like that idea of mods for current games. Especially, I love the idea of the Skyrim mods, like putting in like ray tracing and AI generated textures. That's a pretty cool idea. So I'm very curious to see what sort of mods come out for those old games, which is kind of like a good thing and a bad thing, because it'll be very interesting now. Because I think what Bethesda's working on a new Elder Scrolls, right? Like a successor to Skyrim. I don't know. Is that true or not? Someone sound off if it is. But my thoughts are is that if they are working on that, it might be a fool's errand, because what if you're your modder who makes a mod for like Skyrim, and it's, has these AI texture packs and ray tracing and all that already in it, and it's better than anything the devs at Bethesda can come up with. I think that would be kind of interesting. Yep, Skyrim 2, the modding, the morbing. I wonder what this is. Oh, this is probably a little bracket here with threaded holes for you to mount your GPU on a scaffolding inside of your case to keep it from just flopping over out of your case onto the ground. But all right, we're gonna look at this one more thing from you, Lith, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Sure, I'll accept the cookies. I kind of like this screen here. So this is the new Strix 4090. ROG Strix gang. No, really, that's what the Nvidia in 30 years released a GPU the size of a tower. The computer's actually inside of the GPU. And the cool thing is, like, roughly half of this is no PCB. So that's kind of cool. I like that. It's nice and short. I like... Asus said they build it so they don't sag. They put all the GPU and its cooling in a different tower. You laugh, but that's actually what I've done with my setup. That's the joy of liquid cooling. You can just move your cooling elsewhere. Yeah, that is thick. Look at this. This looks actually like the front of a case right here. This right here, it looks like the front of a case. What is that case that this looks like? Right here. Isn't there oh, what is that case called? Is it a fractal case? Yeah. It looks like the fractal torrent. Or at least it reminds me of that. Here. Hey? Doesn't that kind of remind you of that? Maybe a little bit? I don't know. Looks like a similar design language right there. It is a good looking case. And, I kind of don't mind the end of this. And it looks like they've got some extra connectors here. I don't know what those are for. Here's your power connector. But here's your tough. This is a good card because it's military grade. Just ask Fruit of Palm about military grade. He refuses to buy anything that's not military grade because everyone knows that's the best. All right. Again, you got that pass-through design. Decently short PCB. I like this. I really like this. One of the things I hate about my MSI Supreme X is the PCB is like a mile long, and I hate it. I hate that it's so long, and so I like these little short PCBs. It's nice. I like it a lot. Because then you can put a block on there, and then you've got a nice little tiny GPU in your build, and it's awesome. Take no prisoners with the ROG Strix RTX 4080 16 gig. And then be taken prisoner with the 12 gig. Take your enemies down in style. Really. Who thought of these marketing things? Take your enemies down in style with the ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4080 12 gig. They're like, what can we write that the kids of today would love? Take your enemies down. Prove your mettle with the tough gaming GeForce RTX 4080 12 gig. Commit work lives with the ROG GeForce RTX 4090. I love it. Oh, go on a power trip. Oh, you'll be tripping breakers in your house with the 4090. You'll definitely be going on a power trip. Oh, man. Wow, the TUF is 3.25 slots. Let's see, 4090. They talk about how see, let's check out the Strix, because this is like the big daddy here, right? When subjected to a 500-watt thermal load, this potential pairing allows for 5 Celsius cooler temperatures than conventional vapor chamber design. Okay, so what do we have here? No ordinary vapor chamber. The vapor chamber with milled channels underneath the heat pipes instead of the pipes laying flat. Okay. All right, so they just sit in a channel that follows the profile of the heat pipe. So you're not smushing your heat pipe to get that contact. They're actually milling into the vapor chamber. Interesting. I like that. 30% more surface area for heat dissipation than previous Gen 3090. Interesting. But what about 3090 Ti? That is also something. I really don't like this coloring on here. I think this looks kind of stupid, to be honest. I'm not a big fan. I'm not even a 3 big fans. It's a 3.5 slot card. We got 3.5 slot design. Die cast metal frame, shroud, and backplate. It uses frames with extremely tight tolerances to prevent the PCB from sagging or warping, while still allowing for unparalleled airflow through an enlarged pass-through vent along the back of the 357 millimeters long? That is long. Let me see how long my Supreme X is. Supreme X is only like 31 centimeters. So this is 35.5 centimeters. Wow. So if you look at how big it is next to my head, which none of you really know how big it is, you know, you're looking at, this is my Supreme X. So roughly you're going from the top of my headphones down to my collarbone here. This other one is like that much longer. That much longer. I know you guys are like, that does not translate at all because we don't know your size of your head. That is huge. That will not fit a Thermaltake P3 with a rad in it. Yeah, you're going to need a 7000D. That is insanely long. Yeah, that would not fit. I'm just like looking at my Thermaltake P3 here, and that thing will not fit. Like, yeah, that will go like right. Yeah, you wouldn't. It's insane. That is insane. These coolers are way too big. You're gonna have to like fit this into a case and have like your case fan blowing directly into here. And this will just sit on the edge of your case inside of it. And then you're gonna have to buy a new power supply with the ATX 3.0 connection. Yeah. That is a massively long card. It is absolutely insane. And it's tall too. Look how tall that is. Like, you know, that standard piece there. Oh, you know, actually it's not, maybe not that tall. It's maybe about as tall as like an FTW3. RIP EVGA. But yeah. No wonder the PCB looks so small. This thing is 357 millimeters long. And probably for the piss off for a lot of people, The reason why it's not going to fit in your case is this LED thing that doesn't provide any cooling on the end. Guaranteed. But I do like this die-cast backplate. It is kind of cool. Nice and thick. You've got these little cutouts here. I hope this is a machined, this graphic here. I hope this graphic is actually machined. That would be really neat if that's machined and not like painted. And you have like that sort of bare aluminum for the eye. That'd be cool. Yeah, 3080 Ti tough is 300 mil long. Nice and thick. Yes, you do need to clip me saying that is nice and thick. And yes, that will be my sub sound for sure. Oh, man. But I do really like how... I actually really like this pass-through design and the fact that it's... And one of the things I do like about this connector is it does allow them probably to have a much shorter PCB. Because imagine if you had like 3 8-pins here, you'd have to have your PCB at least down to here. So you're going to get a 4080 tough. Are you going to get a real 4080 or are you going to get the 12 gig one? That's the real question. Okay, good. I'm glad you're getting a real one. Me, I'm not going to get one. I have a 3090 and I game at 3440 by 1440. And I play dumb games. Like, not dumb games, but I play games that don't really utilize a lot of ray tracing and DLSS and all that. So, you know, it'd be a real funny move by AMD. Yeah, it'll be a really funny move by AMD is if they have like the new FSR release that provides like really great performance, and then they have it so that it works with like 3000 series cards, and they're like, look, this new iteration of FSR works so good with 3000 series cards. They actually perform just as good as the 4000 series cards. It would be like the funniest thing ever. Be like, see, there's no need to even buy Nvidia. You already have a more powerful Nvidia card. If you use FSR. That would be hilarious. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would make me laugh. I loved how AMD too today, they had like their announcement about their cards coming in November. So I'm pretty sure Nvidia is going to have another event in November around that time too, probably announcing 4090 Ti or 4070 Ti or something like that. Yeah, that would be hilarious though. I would laugh all the way from the beginning to the end of the stream if that happened. But all right, I think though I am probably going to be calling it a night. It's been a blast. And thank you guys for hanging out. I know it was like a last minute stream that I posted. I know that you guys, most of you have already seen it. But I really thought it was cool to hang out with you guys and to sort of chit chat about the new cards. Again, it's always a blast. Lith, for sure, throw some predictions out there that aren't out there yet for these. I gotta say, there's gonna be an FSR that is gonna like focus on like 3000 series that AMD is gonna announce, and it's gonna be like, you don't need DLSS 3.0. FSR, 3.0 works with your 3000 series. You've been streaming my stream on the Discord the entire time? Nice. Wait, you've been streaming my stream in the Discord? That's awesome. But is anybody watching it? Wait, should I watch you streaming my stream? But no, I think Nvidia is going to be, or not Nvidia, AMD is going to go for a more efficient design anyways. And I think they're already sort of pushing that in their marketing literature. I'm surprised that, you know, those like 600 watt GPU figures did not come true, at least in the reference models. So we'll see. They'll probably be in the AIBs though, where they'll have you know, these 500-600 watt ones. I want to see what that 13 heat pipe cooler is for. I need to know. I know you talked about it back in March. Oh yeah, no, I'd be interested to see that. And who knows, maybe they'll I'll tell you this much though. If the new AMD GPUs come with 3 8-pin connectors, I'd be very tempted to buy that over any of these Nvidia ones, just because I can utilize my AX1600i with no worries about overloading a single connector. But hopefully I can have the time off to do that AMD stream. But I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to do the gaming stream this Friday. I'm going to try. We have another art show, me and my wife, that we're going to be doing. But after that, we are going to be sort of more free in that regard. But it's on Saturday, and I'm not sure if I need to do any prep stuff for it. I also have a cold, I think, and I need to I should stream the art show. And actually, you know what? I'm going to link, she did work her butt off creating a art shop online. So not an Etsy store, but like her own store. And I'm going to link that in the video description. So if you don't follow my Twitter, I don't care. Check out her shop. That's more important. I'm going to link it. Actually, you know what? I'll link it right now. I'll link it in the chat. And actually, you know what? I'll link her. This is her site right here. I'm going to link it in the chat. There's her site right there. And her shop is right here. Oops, I added a 0 to that. Let me edit that. Can I edit that? No, I'll remove it. And then I'll add it. Again, minus the 0. There we go. So that is her site, and that is her Sabrina Tanaka-shop.square.site. That is her shop. Feel free to check it out. Free shipping, not free shipping in Canada, sorry. But it is cheaper than her Etsy. So you buy from there, you get a discount from her Etsy on the overall cost of the products, and you bundle them together up to a maximum shipping price of $4 in Canada. So that is awesome. And I do appreciate your support, Spinay. It is awesome. And Spinay has actually bought art from my wife, and a significant amount, I might add. And she is a solid supporter, and I do appreciate that. And my wife appreciates it too. But yes, I'm going to say good night now. Again, once more, like, share, and subscribe. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't like it, share it to somebody that you don't like. If you really liked it, subscribe, and you know, you get to see more of this mug talking about stuff that he doesn't really know much about but likes to talk about. And check out my wife's art shop most of all. And you know, check out what she's got for sale. It's pretty sweet. All right, and that will... No, I told you to share my stream with someone you don't like, if you don't like my stream. But, you know, you can share it with people you do like too. I don't mind that either. But that will do it. Follow me on the Twitters, all that jazz. And I will see you guys next time. I'm hoping that I can... You shared my stream with someone you didn't like? Oh. Well, thank you. Who did you share it with? Do they want to know that you don't like them? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see in the Discord. Oh, she shared it with me. She tagged me in the Discord. It's like, here, check this out. Jerk. How dare you? But yeah, I appreciate it. I like those jokes. Those are good stuff. You guys have a great night, and I will see you later. Hopefully on Friday. Maybe not, though, depending on how I'm feeling. I got to save my energy and my strength for the show on Saturday. So this might be my only other stream this week. And I might see you on Monday. Hopefully, if I don't see you until Monday, I'm going to be working on getting that that iMac back together and hopefully running. So we'll see what happens with that as well. So I'll see you guys later and have a good night. Bye.